Welcome back. Right, let's jump straight into this one. This is the Drumfordge DF-Q. It's a EQ for drums, essentially. Right, so let's take a look at the interface. Yes, there are 3 on screen at the minute, because what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at some kicks and some snares and see what it sounds like with this plugin. Right, so here you have your power button, which is very basic and obvious. And then you have your in, out, and your VU meter. And then you have in the section where it says mode, you have a number of selections. So you have your kick, your overheads, your room, and your drum kit. So this one's on the kick drum. Below that, you have your high pass filters and mix, which is just your wet dry mix. Then you have your punch, clarity, and attack. Now, currently, what I've done is I've turned them all off so that we can hear it without, and then we can hear it with. So let's go and listen to the track without, and then we'll turn them all on and we'll see what it sounds like. So let's start that from the beginning. Let's do that now. Right, so it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. It needs a little bit of EQing, so that's exactly what we're going to do. So, in all fairness, let's just do this first. Let's just engage the kick drum, and we'll see what it sounds like with just the kick drum. So, I guess what we should do is we should put the punch. Let's turn that on and turn it up. So this is the punch. So, as you can see here, you can engage individually, so you can engage the clarity, engage the attack as you wish, and then you have your range rotary encoder. Now this section at the bottom here, this is A, B or C. I'm guessing this is modeled on some sort of EQ. I'm not sure which one it is. It probably wasn't that clear, or maybe I didn't read it. But we're gonna cycle through those and see what they sound like as well. So let's go, and we've engaged the kick drum, and we are going to hear what that sounds like with and without. So we've already heard it without, but so we'll hear it with. So we'll turn up the punch and see what it sounds like. So let's just do that from the beginning. So we've got it in neutral here. So let's just see what it sounds like. So we're just listening to the kick drum. Let's engage some of the punch. So straight away you can hear that that's making a nice warm sound to it. Let's just turn off the others. Let's just hear that kick drum for a second. We're going to just push up the punch. So that's in, and let's just see it without. Let's just try these individual sections here, these models and. I quite like C. Let's try some clarity to it now. We'll also try the A, B, and C at the bottom of the clarity and see what that sounds like. I think I'm going to go with B for that one. And let's just try the attack. Let's turn that up. We'll also do A, B, and C on that as well. So I like, let's just turn the attack down for me, and this is for my personal taste. Let's try C. No, not for me. Let's go with B. So without the rest of the drums in, this is probably where I'd like it. Let's do some snares now. Let's bring the other snare in. Let's turn that on. So I'm not sure whether, do we want some punch on the snare? Let's try that. Let's just see what we've got on the snare on the punch. In fact, let's isolate it so we can just hear this snare. Wow, that's got some snap on it. Okay, let's try the attack. No, let's try the clarity and B. I like B. Incidentally, you know, when you're mixing, you probably don't need to solo that much, so it's probably not a true indication of how it's going to sound. So probably, let's do this. Let's turn the rest back on and see what it sounds like in the mix. Because when you solo it, you don't get the real indicator. The other thing I will find out, the other thing I do like about this, is you are really just listening with your ears. There's not a lot in terms of feedback, visual feedback, so you have to just listen to it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just do it to taste, well, to my taste, because you're not here. So we'll do it to taste and see what it sounds like. Now, this is purely on my taste, so we'll just do it to taste. We'll turn them all on, and we'll go through and see if we can get it sounding like how I would like it anyway. So I guess what we want to do, we want to isolate. Let's take the kick out so we can just hear the relationship between the two snares. It's kind of crisp, but I do like it. It's kind of crisp now. I guess ultimately you probably will have to do this in terms of listening for the absolute nuances between A, B, and C in the clarity and in the attack, and possibly even in the punch. But if we back the punch off from the snares, let's see what that gives us. Because I guess in my head, the actual snares don't need that much of a punch. Let's take the kick out. Let's see what we have. In fact, let's take out all the others as well. Just see what we have. Purely the snares. Let's add a bit of a punch. Yeah, for my taste, we don't need the punch. In fact, let's turn up the range on both of the snares and see what that sounds like. No, for my ears, I probably wouldn't use the punch on the snares and strictly use the punch on the kick drum. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the kick drum back in, but let's just increase the range. And I did say C sounded better for me, but let's just have a listen to it on B again. Yeah, I do like that snap that we're getting, and obviously we don't have the the closed hi-hat with the DF-Q, so it's lagging behind a bit in terms of the sound isn't crisp enough for what we're doing here. But this is just to look at the kicks and the snares, just to see how they sit in the mix. Now, this would work for me if we just simply had both the snares and the kick. That would work for me. That probably sounds okay. And just so that you know, I don't have anything else running through this plugin. This is purely this. So what we're going to do is we'll play it again and then deactivate the plugin so we can A/B it and see you know, how it was without it. So it's a bit dull and a bit lifeless without certainly the snares, and the kick doesn't have that, you know, that full-bodied weight. Definitely not. And on the snares, we get the extra resonance as it peaks off and tails away. Now, we probably could do with a little less of that, but that, again, it's simply to taste. But I do like the plugin. I think it sounds really, really nice on the drums. It's something that I don't use enough because I'm using a lot of samples. But certainly, if you're using these types of, this is built in Tune Tracks, the drums from Tune Tracks. And I do like this. I like it a lot, and I think for what it is, it's a really beautiful plugin. There isn't a huge amount to it. What would I like this to do? Given if you have a drum track and you have the toms and you have the snares and you have the open hi-hat, the closed hi-hat, I think that these plugins should be scalable. They're not. So if there's any criticism, it's because it's not scalable, because if you have 5 or 6 or 7 of them in a row, there's not enough real estate on your screen, and I don't think these can be scaled down. So there are only 3 here. There are 2 snares and a kick, and it's already taken up most of the screen. So I would like them to make this smaller. There should be a truncated size to it. That's all I would ask for. Other than that, it's a great plugin. I love it to bits. It sounds really, really nice. And if you then want to add a little bit more EQ or some compression, maybe that's another thing. You can add some, I don't know, some compression into it somewhere else. But I certainly do like the high pass filters, the low pass filters. I like this. This is a really good plugin, and for the price, which I will leave all the information in the description. If there's something that I missed in terms of, there isn't much to these plugins, but if there's something that I missed or something I should have done better, please do let me know in the comments. That's it for now. Take care. See you later. Bye-bye.